Hey guys, this is Carlos, the BJJ Physio, and I'm here with Mindy, who's going to assist me with another subscriber question, specifically about shoulder pain. But I want to unpack shoulder pain just a little bit. There's a zillion structures in the shoulder. It's like my favorite joint. It's really, really dynamic. It requires stability and mobility at the same time. And on the mats, we're really experiencing that quite a bit, being able to frame against the ground while also staying mobile with our body. These are normal actions of the shoulders on the mat. However, the question was whether or not we had a labrum issue, which is kind of that little cartilage cup that holds the humerus together, the top of your shoulder, or a cuff issue. Those are muscles that sort of control where that shoulder is positioned in the cup, and then the AC joint, which is actually a common one because if we get tossed, if we get thrown, if we get locked on, dropped on our side or excessive pressure there, you really can cause issues in that area where the acromion and the clavicle, your shoulder blade and your collarbone sort of touch and go together, just because of the way that they're shaped. So the first thing I wanted to touch is how do you sort of diagnose some of this yourself? And it's not ultra important that you know the structure, but it's important that you know the movement that causes that pain. So if we went across our body like so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and now pull. But she's gonna pull from above her elbow. See, she did that, it's terrific. If she pulled from below her elbow, she's gonna keep this elbow extended. That turns her triceps on, and now I can't actually get across. So she's gotta be above the elbow. And then if she's experiencing pinpoint pain right here, this is an AC joint problem because it's really the only structure that passively gets squeezed down on in this scarf position. All right, so let's say that doesn't hurt. Now, what if we did this and then raise the elbow as high as we could? So we're trying to impinge the cuff. You have muscles that are running in this tight space, and as you hold this position and raise your elbow up, you're going to squeeze or pinch down on the tendons. So if that hurt, we're looking more likely a cuff irritation. And then the last one would be something like palm up and coming overhead. So you have your biceps that go in your shoulder, they are stretched with this arm extended, and then as we go into shoulder flexion, if you have a labrum problem, you're gonna pull the labrum away from the cup. That's gonna be very painful, and it's gonna introduce some instability. You do not wanna be grounded on the hand, framing with an unstable shoulder on this side. That's how bigger injuries happen. So let's do a couple things to shore up the shoulder, regardless of which specific structure is injured, so we know we can keep stable in framing and when we're trying to do different movements. So we're going to start with a ground-based row, but I have a fun little wrinkle we're going to throw at Mindy. So she's going to set up in a push-up position over the bell, feet very wide. That's going to make this very easy, or that is easier. She's going to do a row and then a rotate. We'll grab right hand first. She's going to grab the bell. She's going to pull elbow past her body and then turning to the ceiling, looking up high, and then back down. And she's going to put it down. And now we're going to switch hands, okay? Yes, face the product, looking good, turn, pull, exhale, open, big open. So a lot of stability on one side, a lot of mobility on the other side. You can come on down. Now, to make this harder, we can obviously add a bunch of weight. We can put our feet close together. You can do it on one foot. Anything that makes the stability about this part of the body and takes it away from your lower body's ability to help is going to improve the stability there. The stretches that we showed for those other cuff things can also just be stretches for improving their health. So if I want to pull across, I'm pulling my posterior delt into involvement. I'm using some of these external cuff muscles that are going to get some extra work. If I want to work on some of the internal rotating muscles, I might put my hand near the back of my pocket. I'm going to reach around with my hand, grab my elbow, and I'm going to pull. If I don't like pulling, guess what? My hand can stay, and I'm just going to turn and look. Same movement, same stretch. The shoulder doesn't really care what's moving as long as that internal rotation happens. So those are two easy mobilization exercises, a very, very useful ground-based, generalizable to the mat stability exercise. All right? If you have shoulder pain, figure out what's hurting you, figure out how to shore it up, get rid of shoulder pain. All right? Try that. Go train.